guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spotlight and playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 19 season. I'm losing train of thought here all the time, but we are back today. We're going to finish this week off with this Kyogre, Tornadus, Incineroar, Dusk Mane Necrozma, Lurantis and Tornadus team. So we had a lot of fun with it last week. We're going to continue on with it today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Obviously, just go through the team and recap it again for you guys that haven't seen it. If you haven't as well, you can go back up here, go back to the episodes last week and catch a few of them before we get into this week. So the Kyogre is Scarfed. We've got the Tornadus there with Tailwind, Hurricane, Taunt, helps really support the rest of the team. We've got that speed control there that helps shut things down. We haven't used it too much, so it'll be nice to play it this week. We've got the Incineroar there. Incineroar, as always, going to be very good in this format and one of the king of the VGC 19 Sun Series format. Obviously offering Intimidate support, Fake Out support, really good pivot, Dark typing as well, which is really helpful. As a switch in defensively for the Dusk Mane Necrozma, which is our next Pokemon, going to be a Trick Room setter, our big hitter, kind of our go-to Pokemon. It's got the weakness, policy 1-step procs, and we can just start running through teams. We've got Lurantis there, another Pokemon that benefits, really likes the Trick Room, so helping out from the Necrozma there. Going to have access to grass type attacks, can boost up with superpower. It's got the stab fighting there, and also has Contrae as well, so you know, helps against those Intimidate, abusing Pokemon that we face, and then Tapu Lele to round the team off. Helps with avoiding Prankster, priority attacks and things like that, as long as the terrain's up on the field, and also boost psychic type attacks for itself and for the Dusk Mane Necrozma. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Let's hop onto the battle spot. Our rating's probably a bit different from when we left off because I have been streaming, so it'll be a bit different, but we can climb up the ladder, it'll be fine. Let's get some music on and get this shot underway. As always, if you do enjoy the content, guys, do leave a like on the video, it does massively help, and do subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with all of our daily battle series that we have coming out, playing VGC 19 Sun Series teams, and also our guides and other things that we have at the moment. So as well, just a quick reminder, so we will be kicking off the Flinch Squad circuit. So if you'd like to join, it is in the Patreon link down below. Get over there, hook yourself up and join up, because it is a season-long circuit playing replicated rules to the VGC circuit. So now we're going to be kicking off with the Sun Series, moving into Ultra Series when that kicks off, and then finishing, into Moon Series, and then into Ultra Series to finish off. That's what we're going to do. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to find an opponent. I've got myself a nice cup of mint tea, because I feel recently I have been trying, but with how busy I am, it's been really difficult kind of finding a good routine to stay in, get my exercise routine in. And I've not been eating the best either, because I think I've been tired and a bit lazy and a bit short for time. So I feel like I'm chunking up, but we're gonna get there. We'll get there together. It'll be all fine. But anyway, we don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about the battles. So we've got Baku as our first opponent. I didn't see where you're from, Baku, but I'm sure it's somewhere exotic and very nice. You've got a very exotic looking team with Incineroar, Tapu Lele, Lapras, Serena, Kyogre and Dialga. So it's definitely a Trick Room centric team. Dialga's going to be a bit awkward for us to deal with. We're going to have to really rely on our Lurantis to do lots of work in this match, because Lapras is going to enjoy Trick Room. You've got to imagine the Kyogre, it's either Scarfed or it's going to be Trick Room. It's not going to be anywhere in the middle, I wouldn't have thought. But kind of Scarfed is what I would suggest that it might be to start with the Serena support, the Tapu Lele support, and then you've got the Incineroar Fake Out support as well to help get that Trick Room up, I guess. I don't mind the Trick Room going up at all. That's something that we'll kindly invite. I don't know what my opponent's got too much for Scarfed Kyogre. We don't want to really, or do we? Do we want to lead with it? Because Tornadus is alright in this match as well. Okay, I think we'll not lead with it, but we will go with Necrozma. I'm not going to bring Tornadus, actually. I'm going to bring Incineroar, because I feel like the Fake Out support, Intimidate support is going to be good, because it's not going to be, there will be times where the Serena's not on the field, and maybe my opponent doesn't bring their Tapu Lele because of the Dusk Mane Necrozma. So the fake out could be very helpful here. So we'll get into this first one and see how we get on against Mr. Baku, the Pikachu fan, with his Pikachu hat and lovely decorated Pikachu shirt. Getting ready for Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which are coming out very soon. And I need to ask as well, do you want to see a playthrough of this on the channel? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts, if you would like to see a playthrough or not. We're going to see Incineroar and Dialga come out for my opponent. Okay, we do get the obviously the Contrary boost, I'm pretty sure we did. Yes, we got the +1, so that puts us in good stead. Does my opponent want to set up the Trick Room? I think what we'll do here is we will switch in Incineroar just to get the Intimidate onto everything, and we'll just protect Lurantis. I don't see my opponent setting up the Trick Room, but I don't want to switch the Kyogre and then the Necrozma slot because it's so easy for my opponent just to throw down a knockoff there, and if we lose a Scarf, kind of takes a little bit away from our end game opportunities that we have with Kyogre that we might want to bring in late game just to sweep up and help us kind of clear the field a little bit. So we'll get Incineroar and get the Intimidate onto that Incineroar on the opposite side of the field, which is the more important one. We'll protect Lurantis, and we're going to see an Iron Head from Dialga into the Lurantis, protect, and a Flare Blitz doubling in on that slot. So no Trick Room, which is fine. We can fake out the Incineroar, and we could superpower the Incineroar slot. We could double in on it, to be honest, but it's pretty obvious that we would do something like that. Kind of tempted. I'm going to fake it out anyway, because I feel like even if it doesn't switch out, the only problem is if Tapu Lele comes in on the Dialga to stop, or the Serena comes in on the Dialga to stop the fake out. One of the better options we could do here is potentially switch Incineroar to Kyogre so we don't take as much damage from the Flare Blitz. It's already intimidated, so we can just launch a superpower into that slot. I think the most likely thing to come in on my opponent's side of the field would be the Dialga going out, if it goes out at all, but we might not see that. But we might see Protect as well from Dialga, possibly. Ooh, Draco Meteor. Huh. Did not see that coming, especially after the Iron Head. Okay. Not ideal. But it does proc up Berry. This should mean we're able to take a Flare Blitz. -1 Flare Blitz in the rain. Should take this. What's a U-turn? It's in on Lurantis. Oh, really not going well for Lurantis right now. My opponent making some nice plays around it, to be honest. So we could have faked out and just superpowered that slot though. It would have been fine, wouldn't it? I mean, we do get the Serena with the superpower. Sure, bolster our defenses, but I mean, we're in a really awkward position now against the Dialga. And it looks like we proc a Citrus Berry as well. Huh. Both physical attackers. The Dialga is likely to... We need Trick Room, really, don't we? We do need Trick Room. Because Lurantis is not going to be sticking around for too much longer. And we're in such a bad spot right now, I don't feel like we're going to be able to get the Trick Room off as well as we maybe want to. I'm going to switch Kyogre out. It's not in the best of positions here. We're not going to be hitting Dialga for very hard damage. We're not anywhere near KO range with the Serena, so we need to be a bit careful with how we proceed at the moment with Kyogre. And the Intimidate's always useful. We got Fake Out going in. Well, we haven't got Fake Out with the Serena on the field. I jump kick. Okay, well that's good because the extra damage is always nice. And Trick Room. Ideal! Ideal! We love this. This is what we like to see, people. Right, we are on +2 with Lurantis. I think +2 superpower will get Dialga. We can U-turn out on the Serena pretty safely now. We should underspeed it, I would imagine, so we can get out there, get Incineroar out. If the Incineroar decides to come back in, it's boosting Lurantis even more and it just secures that KO against Dialga. Like I say, pretty sure that the superpower on +2 will get this Dialga. So, we can't celebrate just yet. So there's a superpower. Is he going to get it? Easy, easy, easy. And for you guys out there, do you like my mug? It's cool, isn't it? I've probably shown it on stream before, but it is my favourite mug. It's like tin. There's the U-turn. Minty tea. Really got to stop with these silly antics, because I feel like you don't appreciate them. Like, I probably wouldn't appreciate them if I saw them. I need to stop being so silly, but it's fine. Guys like it, I'll continue. Incineroar coming back in. My opponent doesn't really have too many options here, and it's going to be Kyogre, so we have to be a little bit careful with the obvious fake out here, but we're sitting in a pretty nice position. I'm just going to protect Lurantis this turn. I mean, do we? Because I feel like the Kyogre probably... No, the Kyogre probably attacks here. I mean, if it protects, then it's fine, because it's got to go for the double protect next turn. There's more chance that we get the Leaf Blade into it. We'll just protect with Lurantis, but my opponent just forfeits. It's a very good game to my opponent, Baku, and a nice way for us to kickstart today. I feel like the turn where they Trick Roomed really kind of shut the game down for them, because like they're relying there on hitting the high jump kick into our Serena. But we're in such a like in a position where we don't really want to lose the Serena. The Serena's like our answer to a lot of stuff on their team. We identified that early on in the team preview, which I'm sure they would have as well. So banking on that when the protect could have come out is pretty risky, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for them there. But you know, if that had hit and they had got the Trick Room up there, I mean, they would have been in a nice position to go forward with. We had Scarf Kyogre in the back, which does not appreciate Trick Room, and at that stage of the game, if we lose a bit of resource there, it does make it hard for us to stall out the Trick Room with only 3 Pokemon rather than 4. So never mind though, it did fall our way, but now we've got an 1849 monstrous beast of a Japanese player. So this should be quite good. Kyogre, Thundurus. Not Thundurus. Why do I keep saying that? Kyogre, Tornadus. Excuse me today. I feel a bit like, yeah, I don't know. So Kyogre, Tornadus, Incineroar, Xerneas, Amoonguss, and Ferrothorn. So we've got double grass. Got one that both act. Love the Trick Room. So I don't know if we want to go Trick Room route here. You've got the Tailwind support from the Tornadus, not the Thundurus. You've got Hurricane that is going to benefit from the Kyogre. You've got the Xerneas. We know what that's going to try and do. Set up the Geomancy and go from there. Incineroar with the Intimidate, which is the one thing that we need to, like, we need to protect Dusk Mane Necrozma, because it can be very good in this game. Like, it will deal with the Xerneas, the Amoonguss. It can do good damage to both Kyogre and Tornadus. Lurantis, I'm not sure if we want to bring that here. It's not bad. It's good against Kyogre, I guess. Incineroar is definitely something we'll probably want to bring. I might lead Kyogre and Tornadus and bring Necrozma and Incineroar in the back. I think that will work. Yes, let's do that. Sorry, I just got a text I just need to reply for. Reply to. Cool, so let's see what my opponent's going to lead with. Sorry about that. Kyogre Amoonguss coming out for my opponent. That's fine. Like, I don't mind that too much at all, because we've got Thunder, but then do we want a Thunder in front of an Amoonguss that can just Rage Powder it away? We can Taunt, but you've got to worry, if we Taunt, then the Amoonguss probably just Grass Knots anyway. Kyogre's going to throw out big attacks regardless onto whatever we've got. We haven't really got the switches in the back, so we might be better off just throwing out Water Spouts. We could Water Spout and we could Hurricane, because that combination probably takes Amoonguss down, and I don't... Does Amoonguss protect here? I don't know if it does. It probably feels pretty by the Tornadus for sure, but the Kyogre could just go for Thunder as well. I mean, we're sashed with Tornadus, so we're not worried too much, and we can always get a last ditch Tailwind off No protect from the Amoonguss, so we should get that now with the Hurricane. The Kyogre is going to go for Thunder into probably our Kyogre, which leaves our Tornadus open, so that's fine. We take this. No paralysis as well, which is always good. And we know that Kyogre is scarfed now, it's locked into Thunder, so it makes it a bit easier manoeuvring our board position around these next couple of turns. Because I'd imagine probably Incineroar coming in now. Xerneas potentially. No, it's Incineroar. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So I think we'll switch out our Kyogre, because we want to keep that around for later. We'll bring in our Incineroar, and we'll protect with Tornadus this turn, just to get around the fake out, because the fake out's going to be a thing, isn't it? So Kyogre probably thunders into that Kyogre slot again, which is now the Incineroar. We protect with Tornadus just to get around this turn. Fake out into Tornadus and Thunder into Tornadus, doubling in. So we get a free switch into Incineroar, which is really nice. I'd expect the Kyogre to switch out here, but even if it does, we might be better off just knocking off into that slot. Like, knock off and Hurricane. Because I have a feeling that the Xerneas probably comes in on that slot. The Incineroar probably U-turns and the Kyogre comes back in on the other slot. But I'd rather be able to get rid of the Xerneas than the Kyogre at this point. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll go for that play. We'll go knock off. We're not going to fake out. Oh, it doesn't switch out. It doesn't switch out. It's going Thunder into Incineroar, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. I mean, we get rid of the Kyogre now. And there's a knockoff into... Oh, into Incineroar. What's he got on the back? Is it Ferrothorn? It's going to be Ferrothorn, isn't it? He's so so heavily concentrating on getting rid of this Incineroar. Has to be the Ferrothorn. Yeah. It is the Ferrothorn. I don't mind that, because we can just double into Ferrothorn now if we want. The other thing is, we could probably just U-turn out. I feel like the Ferrothorn probably protects here. So I'm going to U-turn out onto Incineroar. I'm going to double into the Incineroar here. And my opponent forfeits. So we take a win against that top-rated Japanese player, showing that we've got the strength with this team to do a job. So we should be up that high. I'm sure we can as well. I think we just need to concentrate a little bit more in games and just make sure that we are like pretty much preparing well, assessing our board positions. And the big thing I think with this team in particular is making sure that we're picking the right Pokemon in team preview, because that really dictates a lot of how we'll do in our matches. We saw some matches last week where we made a little bit of an incorrect decision and the team just falls apart. So it's one thing to just dive into a match thinking, oh well, we've been playing this over and over, this is our consistent lead, we've been playing this works for us against this team, instead of actually looking at what we're playing against and making a really kind of analytical choice in those situations. I think it does cost you sometimes. So like I said, just taking our time, drawing it back a little bit, and then going into it like we have done today. I think we've done good today, so hopefully we can continue that on the rest of the week. But that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. We're on about 20 minutes. I don't want to go into another game because it might extend way longer than what we want it to. I know sometimes I do, but today I'm not. So we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, as always, leave your comments in the comment section below. I love hearing from you all, and I will get back to you all as soon as I can. So until next time, have a great day, morning, noon or night, whatever time it is when you're watching this, and I will see you all very soon. Just take care of yourselves, and until next time, bye bye.